Well, like I said, I've been said those fights can get made. It just depends on the fighters sitting down and actually going to their handlers and tell them, look, this is the fight that I want, and make it happen. Well, they offered me to fight and put some money behind it. It's a go. I don't turn down no fights.
She said, don't f with me. He had to been ringside at the fight 2 days ago. And he's lucky he didn't get his face broke badly there. You don't. If you're ringside and you're afforded that opportunity, I found it a bit distasteful.
Terence Crawford just dropped an absolute bombshell that sent the fight world into a frenzy, calling out none other than Conor McGregor for a boxing match. Look, this isn't just some random trash talk. The idea alone has already sparked a wild, furious debate across the globe, pitting boxing purists against MMA fanatics. And it all boils down to one insane question. Could this actually happen? And what would it even look like?
All the boxing media is out, and this is one of the biggest boxing events in a long time.
Here's the thing. Whenever Conor McGregor's name gets thrown into the mix, especially with someone like Crawford, it instantly sounds like a joke. People laugh it off. But then slowly you start to take it seriously. Why? Because with McGregor, the normal rules of combat sports simply don't apply. He's a walking, talking spectacle. He brings the noise, the unmatched attention, and a fan base that can transform any fight, no matter how unbelievable, into a worldwide must-see event. But here's the kicker. Crawford, the pound-for-pound boxing king, is not just some showman. He's a cold, calculated assassin who steps into that ring with real, undeniable skill, perfect timing, and the mindset of a champion who absolutely refuses to play around once that bell rings. This isn't about entertainment for Bud Crawford. It's about legacy.
Like I said, we only shall see. I can't give any hard answers on that because you never know. But yeah, I would love to get in the ring with those fighters, but at the business side of the table.
Now, this is where the conversation takes an absolutely fascinating turn. Crawford isn't just talking about a potential fight anymore. He's looking at Conor McGregor through a much bigger lens. Beyond the predictable trash talk and the mountain of money, Crawford seems to genuinely respect the struggle, the meticulously crafted image, and the sheer audacity of how Conor built himself into a global icon. But at the very same time, he's also pointing to a deeper, darker truth in boxing, where elite fighters are constantly expected to carry the drama, play the villain, and soak up all the hate just to sell a damn fight. And who embodies that role more perfectly than Conor McGregor? Nobody.
No. Conor McGregor, I say he one of us. Because they was treated like black people over there where he from. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh yeah, a lot of Irish slaves.
They was treated just like us.
Sure.
So, I consider him one of us. But at the same time, in boxing, it's always the black fighters gotta be the ones that step out and play this circus role and be the one.
And get this, Conor McGregor's side of the story makes a potential Crawford fight sound even more unbelievably crazy, because he's not talking like someone asterisk begging for a boxing match. He's talking like a man who already crossed over into boxing once, made history, and now firmly believes that anyone who wants that kind of event, that kind of spectacle, has to meet him on his asterisk terms. That's what makes this whole idea so utterly strange. Crawford is the pure boxer, the pound-for-pound technician, the undisputed master of his craft. But McGregor, he's trying to drag the entire deal into his world first. So before this even becomes a fight, it immediately becomes a brutal power move over rules, over money, and over who truly controls the narrative and the event itself. This is a chess match before the first punch is even considered.
Terence Crawford one came up, 2-fight deal. They were saying, maybe boxing for us says, listen lads, I've done this. I've done the boxing. They have to come to me now. I'll do the boxing after. So we just worked out of a 2-fight deal.
Wow.
Mixed martial arts first.
With Terence?
With Terence, and boxing after. I said, he's not going to accept it. I hope he accepts it. He can f***ing wrestle.
And then he drops the number, the one that changes absolutely everything. A staggering $200 million. $200 million dollars. So now, this isn't just some hypothetical Crawford versus McGregor fantasy anymore. This is about pride, about bending the rules, about taking an insane risk, and about a truly massive, life-altering payday, all wrapped up into one explosive conversation.
Terence, it's the Mac Daddy. I got the big fella here. We've got a big deal for you. It's hundreds of millions. 200 million to be exact. Mixed martial arts against me and a boxing one against you. I don't want to be kicked by you. No way. I says, my man, we can box the few months later. What's the crack? Come on. You're mad.
Crawford later made his stance even clearer, tweeting a direct shot. Still till this day, no matter what y'all say or how you feel, boxing is still and will forever be the hardest sport to do at a top level. That line connects directly to the McGregor talk, because Crawford is basically reminding everyone that boxing at the elite level is not some celebrity challenge you can just waltz into. It is a completely different world once that bell rings.
In the house, baby. How feeling for this right now, man?
You're saying this on stellar, tremendous.
Do you have any predictions for this match?
Flawless performance, a great performance. I'm ready to rock.
So is this gonna be how many more fights you have this year? Would you say?
Loads. I have loads of fights left. That's all you need to know. And I hope for more. But you know what? I've been saying that. I'm done even saying that. I've got the date. I'm gonna go in and prove my worth. What I'm about.
But Conor McGregor, of course, did not let that sit quietly. He jumped in with a short, venomous reply saying, "I guess we'll never know." And that one line, that single, dismissive sentence, made the entire situation even more interesting. It sounded like McGregor was throwing the challenge right back at Crawford without even needing a long response. He was saying, "You think it's so hard? Prove it."
I like Terence Crawford. I saw you going after. That was great. Do you want to get back in the boxing ring and try to do that?
Terence had an offer for a 2-fight deal against myself from Turkey Al-Sheikh, and me and Turkey were there ringing on the phone to Terence. Didn't take it.
Really?
2-fight deal, 1 MMA, 1 boxing. Terence a good lad. Terence a good guy. Shouldn't have said that about your man had to get in a few hoops.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough business.
It's tough.
And you don't kick a man when he's down, but it is what it is. All sweet. Terence should step up, I think. I think he should. I think he's a lot more left in him.
Yeah.
He can wrestle as well.
Well, he can.
I don't know how you couldn't. That's the truth. As a man, I don't know how you couldn't not be unwilling to test yourself at a level like this. So I don't know. The deal was there. It was substantial.
Yeah.
He want no part of it. You know, he was legit with it. He said he didn't want to get kicked. But I was going to box him after. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. All good. No problem.
What about, obviously you saw the tweet against Roman Reigns. Do you think WWE might be in the future?
Don't know, bro. Don't know.
Because you'd be so good.
They should have platformed their own combatants.
That is true.
You know, and then you're put them next to these guys. Put our guys next to these guys. What's up? Who the f*** are you? What's up?
Yeah.
Let it be seen by the public. And then we have something to look forward to. On our side, bouts to look forward to.
Yeah.
Guys to look forward to. Remember, these guys clashed here and there, etc., etc. It builds the story and all the rest of it. But
then Crawford fired back, and he did not hold back. We do know. All you gotta do is look at it, and you, my friend, definitely know from experience. And Crawford didn't stop there. He pushed it even further, twisting the knife by saying, "This is the guy that said he would knock me out and whoop me in Shakur at the same time." At that point, the exchange turned from a debate about boxing's difficulty into a direct, personal shot at McGregor's confidence and past boasts. Crawford was basically laughing at the idea that Conor could talk about beating elite boxers when he already knows firsthand how brutally hard that world really is.
Wrestling. Would you ever get into MMA of any sort or not?
Nah. They don't pay enough.
Damn.
Man, you get messed up in wrestling.
Yeah.
Just in general. You know, to do wrestling, kicking, boxing, and elbowing, like, man, you can have it.
Do you watch the UFC?
Yeah.
Who are your favorite fighters for the UFC?
John Jones. Khabib, hands down.
What about, you like Taporia?
Listen, this crazy. I never seen this dude fight.
For real?
Never, not once. I'm gonna have to watch him on YouTube. I swear to God,
he's crazy. You know, he knocked out Max Holloway. That guy.
Max been doing this for a long time, though.
True.
You know, but
Max is my favorite fighter.
And that's when Conor snapped back with a much more aggressive, unhinged response. He screamed, "What the F*** are you saying? You can wrestle, yet you are afraid of an MMA fight. That to me is pitiful. The kid was beaten in an MMA fight which you don't have the courage for. What the F was with all these little boxers at this show? Yet no MMA fighters. That reply changed the tone completely. Now it was no longer just Crawford defending boxing anymore. Conor was trying to drag the entire argument back into his world, making it about MMA, about courage, and about who is * really willing to step outside their comfort zone and prove themselves.
Conor McGregor punking Terence Bud Crawford. Oh yeah, and I don't want Terence Bud Crawford to ignore Conor McGregor. Oh no. No, I want him to keep that same energy the way he kept it with Teofimo Lopez, poking the forehead, running up on him. Teofimo Lopez Sr., Earl Spence. I want Terence Bud Crawford to keep that same energy, do the same thing, and try to do the same thing to Conor McGregor. Because it's true what Conor McGregor is saying in his tweet. Isn't everybody always saying that Terence Bud Crawford got a background in wrestling, even though that we never seen him in the NCAA, wrestling match? He wasn't an Olympian in wrestling. He's not in the WWE wrestling. Roman Reigns and Randy Orton, But he's a wrestler. And ladies and gentlemen, let me say it like this: Conor McGregor versus Terence Bud Crawford in the cage. I think that Terence Bud Crawford will make just as much money or even more money fighting Conor McGregor.
Crawford came back even harder, shutting down the entire argument. Shut your junk up and get ready for your fight. He got his whoop like you did running your mouth. I don't have to come and fight in the cage. That's the joy of boxing. You all come to us. We don't have to come to you all. That response made Ass' position crystal clear. He was not interested in letting Conor control the rules or move the conversation into MMA. Crawford was basically saying boxing already has the stronger pull, the undeniable gravity, because crossover fighters nearly always leave their world to enter the boxing ring. So, in his mind, he does not need to prove anything inside a cage. If Conor wants the payday and the spotlight, Crawford is saying he knows exactly where to find him.
Crawford probably be the B-side again, but I think the same amount of money or even more money will be on the table. And it's true. Why these boxers don't go to the MMA? Because the excuse is that, well, all the money is in boxing. But when it comes to Conor McGregor, let me tell you like this, especially with that Paramount deal that Dana White got, they can make it happen. They can make it happen. I want to see now, everybody in boxing is always talking about Terence Bud Crawford. He's a very, very strong man. He's a wrestler. You got to understand, he's a wrestler. And I used to debate, like, okay, but wrestling is not going to win you a boxing fight. But it's always, he's a wrestler. I want to see now, for the first time, Terence Bud Crawford put that little wrestling skills to the test. I agree with Conor McGregor in this one. I agree with him. You know what I'm saying? I think, a boxer could go to the...
But Conor, never one to back down, kept the pressure on with a short, classic McGregor response. Don't be scared, homie. MMA kings like us. That reply was pure McGregor genius, because instead of backing away from Crawford's boxing argument, he instantly turned it into a courage test. Conor was basically saying if Crawford really believes he can wrestle and really wants to prove himself, then he should not be afraid of stepping into MMA rules. So now the back and forth is no longer just about boxing being harder. It has turned into both men challenging each other's entire world, with Crawford saying boxers do not need the cage and Conor saying real kings are willing to fight anywhere.
Crawford and Conor McGregor are arguing on the social media.
What?
There's a guy named Ilya Tuporia. He's like the biggest super...
fight yesterday.
What did you think?
He got his ass kicked.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, man. Look.
You know Gage, he's Mexican.
Yeah, his mom is...
I'm the one who broke that story. Nobody knew that. Oh, okay.
Told me.
Yeah.
He just says that's the MMA Brandon Rios guy.
Yes.
He just said that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I have never watched a UFC card. But
38 years old.
This one, I get home. We call Bear because, Payo lives 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
So Bear comes over, we jump in the pool, and then Payo's like, I walk into the house and Payo's he never walked out to the backyard. So he's right there watching watching the fights. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, watching the UFC fights. I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was a fight on Sunday. He's like, yeah, it's
White House, yeah.
250 year anniversary, celebration.
Crawford then explained his point even more, brilliantly tying it back to boxing's universal appeal. I don't care what sport you do, they all want to learn how to box. Even the soccer moms want to put the gloves on and do punch fitness. You don't see them training to do MMA for other sports. We are not the same, but I respect the hell out of you all. I'm just saying. That line brought the argument back to boxing's undeniable influence. Crawford wasn't saying MMA is easy, but he was making it unequivocally clear that boxing is the fundamental skill everyone, from every walk of life and every other sport, still borrows from. In his view, even elite fighters from other disciplines still come back to the gloves, the hands, and the pure art of striking.
It has something to do with this card, right? They're putting in massive amounts of money to put the fight cards at the Sphere and the White House and all that, and ultimately is not all that memorable. So back to it. Bud Crawford posted a picture of him and Trump, and it got a lot of people up in arms, a lot of people talking. You know, you look at the economy, gas prices are $6 a gallon. We're still waiting on the EP files. You got a war in Iran. Like, it's just a lot going on in America. Bud Crawford posted, it says, "Who would have knew the president of the United States of America was a big fan of the kid from a small city called Omaha?" That rubbed people the wrong way. A lot of people, you know. People were like, who cares? This is not.
Meanwhile, while McGregor is out there hyping up his next fight prediction, dropping WWE rumors, hinting at acting plans, and keeping his name in the headlines, Terence Crawford is making a cold, hard business decision. He just explained precisely why he would never step into the MMA cage, and his answer was brutally simple. The money is not worth the risk. That one line completely changes the entire McGregor debate. Crawford isn't acting like he's afraid of fighting. He's looking at it like a master businessman. In boxing, he knows his value, he knows his unparalleled skill set, and he knows the kind of money a massive fight can generate. But in MMA, the rules change, the danger changes dramatically, and in his eyes, the payday simply does not match the sacrifice and the immense risk. So while Conor wants to pull him into the cage, Crawford is making it clear that he does not need MMA to prove who he is. He already proved it many times over in the boxing ring.
Bud Crawford, in my opinion, he definitely looks MAGA, right? He went to the Sunday card. Now, keep in mind, UFC normally goes on Saturday. Trump's birthday was on Sunday, and they did a whole special card on the White House lawn for that. So they shifted the date. They spent $60 million to build, you know, the scene, and they had a card. To me, I don't know how y'all felt. I felt the card was a failure. To spend all that money, and then, you know, some of the fights were cool.
According to the brilliant minds at Punch Drunk Boxing, this whole Crawford and McGregor situation should absolutely not be brushed off like simple internet trash talk. They're saying that if Crawford can respond strongly to other elite boxers and maintain that same hard energy in boxing beefs, then McGregor should not be treated any differently just because he comes from the world of MMA. The point they're making is simple. People always talk about Crawford having a wrestling background, so now McGregor is expertly testing that image by openly calling him toward the cage. And from Punch Drunk's view, a fight like that would not just be dangerous. It could also be massive business, because McGregor brings the kind of crossover attention that can turn one challenge into a truly gargantuan payday.
Way to end a story than to do everything that you said you was gonna do, how you do it, your own way. And it's like so many obstacles was put in front of you to break you. You overcame everything and you did it your way, and you smiled in their face, and at the end of the day you said.
In their view, Crawford may not be the ace in the hole against Conor McGregor under MMA rules, but the payday could still be far too big to ignore. That is precisely why Punch Drunk Boxing pushes back on the usual boxing excuse that MMA simply doesn't pay enough. They're saying Conor is not a normal MMA fighter. With Dana White, the massive Paramount deal, and McGregor's legendary name attached, the business could actually make perfect sense. And since people always bring up Crawford's hidden wrestling background, Punch Drunk wants to see if Bud would really test that side of himself when the fight is not protected by the familiar boxing rules. It's a genuine test of courage and skill, far beyond the typical matchups. And then Robert Garcia, a legendary boxing trainer, also gave his take on Terence Crawford and Conor McGregor, and his reaction brings the entire conversation back to the harsh light of reality. Because on the surface, this matchup sounds like pure, unadulterated entertainment, a pound-for-pound boxing king and an MMA superstar going back and forth online. But once someone with Robert's expertise looks at it, the fight becomes much more about fundamental skill, the specific rules, and the immense, career-altering risk. Crawford is one of the sharpest, most technically brilliant boxers alive, while Conor brings a completely different world with kicks, wrestling, and cage experience. So the real question isn't just who talks louder, or who can generate more hype. It's who would still look truly dangerous when the rules are no longer built specifically for them. Now, a completely different bombshell just dropped. Boxing Ego is reacting to the intense backlash Terence Crawford received after showing up at the White House UFC card and posting photos with Donald Trump. This situation quickly became bigger than just a fighter attending an event, because fans immediately started connecting Crawford's appearance to the polarizing politics, the controversial people in the room, and the divisive comments that came from that card. For some, it was just Crawford accepting an invite and enjoying a major sports moment. But for countless others, the image felt fundamentally wrong, especially with everything surrounding the event and the former president. That is precisely why the reaction got so loud online, because Crawford is usually respected for staying laser-focused on boxing. And now, people are angrily debating whether this was a harmless decision or a significant mistake that opened the door for a torrent of criticisms. And here's the thing. People are judging Terence Crawford for taking a picture with Donald Trump at the White House after he was officially invited. But some of those very same people stay completely silent when other fighters do far, far worse things. It's a double standard that's impossible to ignore. That is precisely why Crawford fans are pushing back so hard. They feel like the outrage is unbelievably selective. Boxing Massacre, a prominent account, tweeted, "People judging Terence Crawford for taking a pic with Donald Trump at the White House where he was invited. But they defend a C***N who ran to Canelo and got on their knees, a snitch who filed a lawsuit for battery in the boxing ring, and a scum who's aggressive towards women." This is where the conversation shifts from fleeting controversy to enduring legacy, because Crawford's story has never been simple. He did not get the easy road, the perfect promotion, or the kind of guaranteed spotlight some fighters are handed early in their careers. He had to keep proving himself, fight through doubt, and still find a way to become one of the most respected names, pound for pound, in boxing history. That is why his ending feels different. It is not just about retiring, winning, or walking away with a mountain of money. It is about leaving the sport knowing he did it all on his own terms. And when a fighter reaches that point, that level of undeniable accomplishment, the confidence does not sound forced anymore. It sounds like pure, unadulterated peace. So there you have it. The fight world is ablaze with the Crawford-McGregor debate, a potential $200 million clash of titans that pits boxing's purest skill against MMA's biggest showman. Meanwhile, Crawford's legacy is facing a completely different kind of fight, as his White House appearance sparks a furious debate about selective outrage and the true meaning of a champion's path. This isn't just about sports anymore. This is about money, power, and the complex, often contradictory, choices that define legendary careers. So here's my question for you, drop it in the comments below. Do you think Crawford should risk it all for that McGregor money, or is his legacy too important to gamble? If this breakdown helped you understand what's really going on, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell because things are about to get even crazier. I'll see you in the next one. But let's be real about the stakes here. For Crawford, this isn't just a simple gamble. It's a potential earthquake to a meticulously built legacy. If he steps into McGregor's world and loses, even by submission, does it tarnish the pound-for-pound aura within boxing? Or does the sheer audacity of the challenge elevate him, regardless of the outcome? And for McGregor, a potential boxing rematch wouldn't just be about another massive check. It'd be a chance to rewrite the narrative of his first foray into the squared circle, to prove he's evolved, or perhaps to solidify his role as the ultimate showman who can command any stage, any rule set, for the right price. The ripple effects of this decision, win or lose, would echo through both their careers for generations. And speaking of legacy, that White House controversy isn't just a fleeting internet storm. It's a stark reminder of the new battleground every modern athlete, particularly a combat sports icon, has to navigate: the court of public opinion. In an era where every decision, every foe, every fleeting association can be dissected and weaponized, a fighter's marketability isn't solely about their skill inside the ring. It's about their perceived moral compass, their political alignments, and their ability to withstand the relentless scrutiny of a hyper-connected world. Does this public debate around Crawford's choices make him more or less of a draw for a promoter eyeing a colossal McGregor crossover? It's a variable that cuts directly to the heart of that $200 million question, adding another layer of complexity to an already explosive situation. So there you have it. The fight world is ablaze with the Crawford-McGregor debate, a potential $200 million clash of titans that pits boxing's purest skill against MMA's biggest showman. Meanwhile, Crawford's legacy is facing a completely different kind of fight, as his White House appearance sparks a furious debate about selective outrage and the true meaning of a champion's path. This isn't just about sports anymore. This is about money, power, and the complex, often contradictory, choices that define legendary careers. So here's my question for you, drop it in the comments below. Do you think Crawford should risk it all for that McGregor money, or is his legacy too important to gamble? If this breakdown helped you understand what's really going on, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell because things are about to get even crazier. I'll see you in the next one.